Hi guys! Unlike most Polish cities, Warsaw's cityscape is mostly contemporary. Modern glass buildings are towering above all the historical edifices, which is a common feature of North American metropolises. The majority of Warsaw's residents live outside the commercial city center and commute by metro, bus or tram. Although contemporary Warsaw is a fairly young city compared to other European capitals, it has numerous tourist attractions and architectural monuments dating back centuries. Among the most notable landmarks of the Old Town are the Royal Castle, Sigismund Column, Market Square and the Barbican. The Royal Castle is a royal residence that formerly served throughout the centuries as the official home of Polish monarchs. Sigismund's column is the column and statue commemorate King Sigismund III, who in 1596 had moved Poland's capital from Krakow to Warsaw. Warsaw's Old Town Marketplace is the center and oldest part of the Old Town of Warsaw. The Warsaw Barbican is one of few remaining relics of the complex network of historical fortifications that once encircled Warsaw, located between the old and new towns. Let's talk historical stuff. What about the transport? What about the modern transport? Warsaw offers a combination of tram, bus, metro and urban rapid rail lines. As a result of cooperation with the rail carriers, the TM tickets from those machines are also valid on trains serving the Warsaw conurbation. There are many areas to follow and a wide range of choices. For example, the fare from the airport to the city center to the tower is 4 korona Czechoslovacka. So guys, Warsaw is an interesting city and not so simple. So please subscribe to the channel. Bye bye. Okay. Warsaw's Old Town Marketplace is the center and oldest part of the Old Town of Warsaw. The marketplace is the true heart of the Old Town, and until the end of the 18th century it was the heart of all of Warsaw. It originated in the late 13th century, at the same time that the city was founded. Here the representative of guilds and merchants met in the town hall, and fairs at the occasional execution were held. The houses around it represented in the Gothic style until the Great Fire of 1607. After which they were built in late Renaissance style and eventually in late Baroque style. Before the war, the square looked like this. After the destruction, it lost its beauty and attractiveness. The district was damaged by the bombs of the German Luftwaffe during the invasion of Poland in 1939. The current buildings were reconstructed between 1948 and 1953 to look as they did it in the 17th century, when it was mostly inhabited by rich merchant families. But you probably won't even notice because everything looks original. Today, the square is ready to receive tourists, and during the days of fairs you can get interesting souvenirs here. The Warsaw Mermaid, a bronze sculpture by Konstanty Hegel, has stood as the symbol of Warsaw since 1855. If you are dreaming of a quiet drink in a cobblestone square, basking in the shade of ornately painted townhouses, and listening to the gentle bustle of the passersby and horse-drawn carriages, Warsaw's Old Town Market Square is about as good as it gets. So guys, thank you for watching. Warsaw is an interesting city and not so simple. So please subscribe the channel. Bye bye. Hi guys, let's talk about Warsaw Barbican. The Warsaw Barbican is one of the last remaining relics of the extensive network of walls, fortifications and gates that once surrounded this city. It was built in 1540 and designed by Italian Renaissance architect Gian Battista di Venetian. It replaced the gate of Nowomiejska Street. Unfortunately, by the time the Barbican was completed, it had become obsolete. Artillery technology had advanced considerably. It was used for its design and defensive purpose only once during the Swedish invasion in 1656. Over the following years, the Barbican was partially dismantled and modified to allow for a large gate into this city. In the 1800s, part of the structure was incorporated into new apartment buildings. Like many other Warsaw buildings, the Barbican was more or less destroyed during World War II. It was rebuilt in the 1950s from 17th century Athens. After the war, it was decided to rebuild the walls surrounding the former old town, together with the Barbican. This is a must-see sight when you visit Warsaw. Today it serves a bridge between the old and new towns, and is also the hangout of choice for teenage drinkers, buskers and artists selling their wares. Its current state is not different from that of most cafes, black stairs and red bricks, typical loft. So guys, Warsaw is interesting city and not so simple. So please subscribe the channel. Bye bye. Bye bye. Hi guys, let's talk about the Royal Castle in Warsaw. Is a royal residence that formerly served throughout the centuries as the official home of Polish monarchs. The personal offices of the king were located in the castle. The castle has been renovated repeatedly and destroyed completely during World War II. It was rebuilt between 1979 and 1988 using castle remains and rubble. Today, the segment with the clock tower opens the way to the old town. The castle underwent large-scale expansion and was transformed into a 5-wing edifice with an inner courtyard, more a palace than a castle. This building is the pride of Warsaw. Since 2013, the Royal Castle in Warsaw has formed a part of the prestigious Association of the Royal Residences of Europe, currently associating 30 institutions from 15 European countries. Among the historic castles and palaces, there are such museums as the Palace of Versailles, the Schönbrunn Palace, as well as the royal palaces in Madrid, Naples and Turin. Handing the reconstructed royal castle to the nation was an act of honoring all of those who, during the occupation with the greatest dedication and risking their own lives, saved the castle and the castle artworks for the future generations. So, Warsaw is interesting city and not so simple. So guys, thank you for watching and please subscribe the channel. Bye bye.